Most people will do everything in their power to avoid dun 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 failure. Failure. Ooh, I can just feel it in my bones, just saying it out loud. Like, what if I fail? Oh man, it stings, doesn't it? That big F, the big bad F. How do I know this is permeating almost all of your brains that are watching this? Well, it's the fact that I get a front row seat to some of the highest performers in and around the professional world, whether that be in tech or name any industry. I've had a chance to work with them, and so many of them will tell you the exact same thing. I hate failure. I feel like when I fail, I'm going to be seen, I'm going to be called out, people are going to see my deficiencies. I may as well walk down MLK right now in my underwear, or worse, butt naked, if I fail. So I want to tell you a story of failure that is likely going to make you feel better about the time that you messed up in that pitch, or the time that you didn't secure didn't secure a board seat, or whatever the example is. You're probably clinging very tightly to this idea of failure and how much of a grip it has on you and your ability to put your left foot in front of your right when trying to achieve the things you want to achieve. I'll tell the story. Back in 17, yeah, about 9 years ago, I was approached by Channel 9 because they wanted to find 250 of the fittest, boldest, and most gregarious human beings in Australia for Australian Ninja Warrior, the inaugural season. And I was approached because I'd spent some time in the press, doing a lot of media. I owned a gym that was doing quite well. I am the ex-gymnast who competed for my country. So the maths, Brandon Clift is going to be on Ninja Warrior. Went through the fitness test, did really well. Things were great. So in the whole build-up, I did the training. I hung by my two fingertips for 2 minutes at a time, and basically did all the work I could to try and be the one to climb Mount Midoriyama, hit the button, make $1 million, and everyone would see Brandon Clift as this Ninja Warrior superstar. So you could tell where my head was based on the narrative that I just shared with you, or the optics of my lens at the time. So I make it on the show. I go to Cockatoo Island in Sydney Harbour, this beautiful, like retired factory island where they're filming the whole thing, and they followed me everywhere. By they, I mean the cameramen and the interviewers, and they wanted to tell Brandon Clift's story. And boy, oh boy, my head was about this large. I felt like the outcome was a foregone conclusion. I was going to smack that button at the end of the warped wall or at the top of Mount Midoriyama, and boom, I have one Ninja Warrior. So they take us to the first course, right? This is the first run, and they have stunt people run through and demonstrate the different obstacles. You can do this, you can't do this, and so if you're sitting home being like, oh, I would have grabbed that bar, the chances are if a contestant or a ninja did, they'd be disqualified. So we weren't allowed to do certain things. But the whole time that they're explaining this course, I'm looking at the next one, going, course 2, what's happening over there? Because course 1 is going to be a shoo-in for me. I'm going to nail it. So we get to the night. My head's this big. My ego's even bigger. And it's a foregone conclusion. I'm gonna smash this first course, make it to the next one, gonna win Ninja Warrior. I'm standing there at the blocks, believe it or not, in a Speedo, because why not? Wearing a cape, because why not? Stuff painted on my chest. I hear the bump, and I take off. And within 2.25 seconds, I am in the drink. Those steps at the beginning, when you look at them straight on, they look very close. But when you look at it from the side, they're about 6 feet apart. And I tried to single step them. And if you've met me in person, you know that I'm not the tallest fella. And I'm all torso, and my legs are about yay big. And so I went in the drink. All the hype, all the build-up, all the bravado and the confidence and the arrogance, and splash. So you can imagine as my head pops up from the water and the interviewer puts a mic in my face and goes, Brandon, we had such high hopes for you. What happened? Boy, oh boy, did my paradigm just collapse right there on national television in front of millions of people. So if you are sitting there licking your wounds because you messed up in a presentation, I hope you feel better. And without burying the lead, I'm alive. I can joke about it now. So much good came from the experience and the exposure, sure. And in fact, failing may have been better than doing subpar. In hindsight, many of the people I was competing against probably were going to beat me anyway. And so as a result, I failed on national television in front of millions of people, and I'm still here. So I tell you this whole story, I give you the whole build up to leave you with this. I'm going to give myself crap for my ego, my bravado, and just my whole thought process of how I went into it. The gift from that is that I can learn going forward that I need to respect the course more and be more grounded in my abilities, what I can do, what I can't do, and like, just don't be a jerk. All right. So I've learned a lot. It's been 9 years since then, and I've learned a lot. But where I want to give myself my flowers was I was willing to put myself out there and give it a shot. I said yes. Of course there were doubts. Of course I was nervous. That's why I trained so hard. And even though I didn't get the result that I wanted, I got something even better. Proof that I was willing to try and dare greatly. And as a result, I've come away even better for the experience. I have been awarded the greatest fun fact. Anytime I meet new people, I have the greatest fun fact I could possibly pull out, which is I hold the world record for the fastest elimination in Ninja Warrior. So there you go. If you didn't know, now you know. If you already knew, here's a little bit more that you can glean from my story. So the next time you're allowing the fear of failure to get in the way of being bold enough to put yourself in the center and go for the thing, one, is it on national television? And two, even if it were, is the sheer fact that you're willing to give it a shot and be bold and take a risk, maybe that's more telling than whatever the outcome could have been. $1 million in the bank account or not. So if you ever grapple with these questions of what happens if I fail, like, don't be a stranger. Shoot me a message. Let's jump on the phone. It's what I do for a living. I love having these conversations because my clients are some of the most impressive human beings you've never heard of until they're not. And until they accept and recognize that discomfort and embracing failure is a feature of the journey and not a bug that needs to be prevented or rooted out. I hope you enjoyed my tale. I love telling it. And yeah, go fail and do it extraordinarily.